why do you think miscommunication happens so often if we all speak the same language and we all speak English and we all communicate in English, and yet people don't understand each other? Many of my students ask, what version of English will we learn here? Will we learn American English? Will we learn British English? And you know, for some people, it really is a big question. And recently, one of my students told me a very interesting thing. She said, I don't want to learn American English. I don't want to learn British English or Australian English. I want to learn this universal type of English where everybody understands everybody. Because as soon as I focus on sounding more American, I don't understand people who speak British English, or people don't understand me. I want everybody to understand me, and I want to understand everybody.
That's a very big, ambitious thing, because I think, what's important really for a lot of people to understand is that miscommunication and the language itself, and the understanding of the language, that can differ really very greatly between native speakers, even those from the same country. But again, the English language is very diverse, and as well as other languages that are spoken in other countries. So, for example, you would take Spanish from Spain and you would take Spanish from South America, and you would say that they were slightly different and they would use different words for different things. And, likewise in English, you have Australia who speaks a certain English, you have the South Africa who speaks a certain type of English, then there's the more European and British style of English, and then you've got people in the Middle East who speak a lot of English, and then of course you've got the Americans and the Canadians. And well, the Canadians are kind of a bit of a confusion between the Americans and the English, and so they're even within the language itself, you can find great diversity and differences, and that as well can lead to misunderstandings. So, I think it's important to recognize the fact that it is different, and that people, will have to get along in this world. So it comes down to a question of, does one want to understand, or do you not want to understand?
I think that's
And how much do you want to understand?
I think that's the key thing. We have done a few events together with you, remember, which were called What You Say versus What People Receive, where we looked exactly at the message that people were sending and the message that people were receiving. And that really is, do people want to understand? How much do they want to be understood? Because to me, let's say, I just need to spend a little time or some time with Australians or with Canadians or with British people, and then I can learn the way they communicate.
Correct.
There are not so many different, they're not unlimited, the differences that we're talking about. You can learn them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.